Hello, Anomaly here, and welcome to another Mistweaver commentary video. Today we are discussing the second fight in Heroic Tomb of Sargeras, that is the Demonic Inquisition. So without further ado, let's jump in and talk about some of the new content here. So Demonic Inquisition, kind of two different bosses, one that can be tanked, one that can't be tanked, and a secondary kind of resource bar called Torment that slowly fills. You get a secondary action to kind of jump into the cage on one of them, pick up orbs, clear your Torment, and then jump back out are kind of the basic mechanics essentially. As a monk, you pretty much can't really get targeted by anything too terrible. There's a debuff on random people, and I'll call it out when I see it the first time. And there they are on those three guys, where you'll see Zest, whatever, that dumb, the DK that didn't really run out. But you get debuff on you. When it gets dispelled, it explodes for a bunch of damage and gives everybody around you torment. So essentially, as a monk, you just want to kind of watch, or as a healer, sorry, you just want to kind of watch where people are. And dispel once they get out. I was responsible for most of the melee guys if they got it, so I kind of just hung out, watched, made sure they were out of the way. I in general stay very close to the caster boss or whatever, just because it's the one where most of the melee is going to be for a lot of the fight, and just kind of limits my movement. I can heal them up. I took Rushing Jadewind on this fight, or Refreshing Jadewind, sorry. I think I made that mistake in the first video. Refreshing Jadewind on this one, I think it's really good. Melee's going to be clumped, especially in larger raid sizes like this one. Just in general helps. A lot of really efficient healing at that point. So as you can see, people are really bad with that AoE ability, which is popping us up all the time. So yeah, I mean, from a healing perspective, as you can see, I get an innervate, I get some manatees. I feel like I wasted a lot of mana on this fight. We actually pulled this. I think I've only killed this boss twice and pulled him twice, so not a ton of time to really understand what's going on and what's the best point to use something. Like here, I probably should have used Revival just to kind of top everybody off. We were low, we're taking a bunch of AoE. Should have done that there, but did not. So kind of used it really late, essentially. Here you can see like Chi Burst on cooldown, finally get a chance to use it, pop it through the melee. I should really be on the other side of the boss and going through the boss, through the melee, back into ranged to get kind of the most value out of it. Some slight things you can do there. Again, responsible for dispelling melee. And basically focus on kind of this side of the room in front of us. So I want to make sure we keep those guys dispelled and get them on there. The purple circles you see is another boss ability, heroic only. From my understanding, monks, mistweavers can't be targeted by that ability. So just keep that in mind. Definitely stand in melee as much as you can. Here's the torment clearing phase. You'll see the little red orbs everywhere. Just kind of get them. I did a little bit of healing just to keep people topped while we're in here, but in general, as soon as I cleared my torment and I could reuse my action button, I essentially got the F out of there and started healing again up here. So as you can see, mana is super low. I use Velens here. I don't actually pop Manatee for some reason, and this is a huge miss on my part. Probably could have saved a ton of mana, particularly going into this little AoE phase here. I'm nowhere near melee running, RJW, another issue. So in general, this is just some kind of first time seeing the boss, first time really seeing some real damage from the boss, not using, my abilities to the best of their ability. Or the most efficient, mana, right? Finally pop Manatee, but at this point it's already too late. All the AoE's done. It's really just kind of topping people off, which, technically our druid could handle. So the other issue here is that I actually end up having two innervates. For whatever reason, the other healers that I play with don't like to call for innervate. I make it a point to, try and only use one innervate for the most part, but I end up stealing both of them, or I guess you could say just using both of them. So we do have an innervate up. I could use it at this point just to save myself a little bit of mana through that AoE there. End up not doing it for some reason. But yeah, that's another miss on my part, at least through this fight. But yeah, mana is super tight here. We're taking a ton of extra damage, particularly from the frontal AoE that the melee boss does, the second boss that I'm not sitting on. A ton of damage we shouldn't, so it's kind of a miss on our part, basically just kind of running in here and doing what we can. But yeah, Chi Burst has been on cooldown for a little bit, finally using it. Innervate's up, I'm still not asking for it, I don't know why. So this was just a tough fight, finally get Innervate here. but at this point the bosses are dead, and I'm pretty much out of mana. So in general, I think definitely could make better use of, the cooldowns that are available to me. Like Mana Tea sat on there for a little bit. A lot of some chi burst usage was just either bad or just not being used essentially. Um, and yeah, just it's kind of being better with mana. I don't think that fight really is that mana intensive. I think is you guys actually, you guys got to kill this boss and work on, not getting hit by mechanics. You'll probably end up doing much better than I did. So. In any event, boss is dead. We're moving on to the next one. So thank you very much for watching. Like always, if you do have any questions, comments, feedback, things you don't like, things you do like, leave them in the comments below here on YouTube. If you don't want to do that and you just want to kind of talk, ask some questions, there's always the Monk Discord, Peak of Serenity. Head over there. I'm also Anomaly there, so you can yell at me there about how awful I am at this, or tell me I'm kind of good. So whatever you want to do. But definitely thank you very much for watching. Hope this was helpful, and we will talk to you guys later. So, bye-bye.